color code the pins on your map based on list price, days on the market, bedroom count, bathroom count, price per square foot, all of it color coded. We've got additional power data fields that you can filter by. I know some of you are in markets like Phoenix, and in Phoenix, hey, you know what? Your comparables have to have a pool to be able to compare. You want to be able to compare by number of garages, lot size. Some of you said, hey, you know what? I'd like to be able to compare bedroom spread. In other words, maybe it'll find that comp that has a 4-bedroom, but so long as the square footage is the same on the 3, then guess what? Maybe now what you just found is a conversion opportunity. The software is going to do that for you now. Basements, total room counts, style matches, and really so much more. But the bottom line, guys, you're going to be able to pinpoint deals with more accuracy than ever before, and you'll know with confidence your deals are apples to apples comparison. We've got smarter imports. Smarter imports. You know, the software is going to actually automatically recognize most of the fields and match them up with ease. Then you can also easily remap data fields without having to start over from scratch. Market analysis, as Brad was kind of alluding to. Wouldn't it be great to know which house style is moving the fastest and in which zip code? What if you knew the average price per square foot or average bedroom count, sold price, down to the subdivision level? Would that give you more confidence to make offers? And then finally, we've also integrated it directly into REI Blackbook platform, okay? So literally, guys, you guys are going to be able to save potential deals that you find inside the Equity Analyzer right to the property inbox, built right into REI Blackbook with your built-in deal flow. And guess what? All of your sold comparables in the radius report, they import too. So all the property marketing tools are going to be at your fingertips within seconds of importing that over. And then finally, last but certainly not least, we do have an all-new training library. Literally, guys, we've got step-by-step guides so that you never feel lost again. So you're going to be able to watch those videos over and over again. We've actually got Brad giving you a 10-step guide to building realtor relationships. And then, you know what, we figured that wasn't even good enough. In fact, what we did is we had a realtor interview. It's a 30-minute interview, and then you're going to be able to watch Brad literally make the phone call to schedule the appointment with the realtor. Go to the realtor's office, sit down at the realtor's office with the realtor and walk them through start to finish of explaining to them how he wants the data, how the realtor is going to win, how they're going to win, how they're going to make money coming and going, okay? I'm telling you, once you watch that interview, you're going to really quickly see how Brad really just wins these realtors over in the relationship side, because it's a win-win relationship, guys. But at the end of the day, how about we just really log in and show you guys, okay? Because that's really what I get excited about. So let's get in here and let's log in to REI Blackbook. So I'm logged into the REI Blackbook home screen right now. So we'll talk a little bit about this in a little bit. But what I want you guys to pay attention to is, of course, our deal flow right down here. You're going to notice that I've got 61 properties right now in my property inbox. But what I want to do is I actually want to go ahead and I want to use the Equity Analyzer. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Tools, and I'm going to go to the Equity Analyzer screen. Okay. Now, the Equity Analyzer screen, the other cool part now, you guys can do multiple lists. Okay, so it's going to be really, really simple for you guys to import multiple lists. All right. And I've actually already imported some data tonight just so that it could geocode it. So you're going to notice here in St. Louis, I've got a pretty hot school district called Rockwood. And I've got 573 actives in that market, and I've got 761 solds. But then, you know what I decided to do tonight? I went ahead and pulled a cash buyers list. So I went ahead and pulled all the transactions from the MLS in the last 90 days of cash buyers. So I've got 1,594 cash buyers in the St. Louis market. Now, there's a lot of power in the data, and I can actually look at the averages, map all that out, do my scan and everything else. But what I would like to do right now is actually, I'm going to pop over into the MLS, and I'm going to show you guys how I pull these data lists. And so I want to be really, really clear. Not every MLS is going to look exactly what I'm going to show you guys tonight, but I will tell you, we have been in literally, over 100 different markets across the U.S., and we have not had challenges exporting the data yet. So if you run into a realtor that doesn't know how to do the export or things like that, then you may want to keep interviewing for realtors. But let me show you how easy it is, guys. So literally, guys, this is our local MLS here in St. Louis. So I'm gonna come in here and hit search, residential, and I'm gonna just do a quick search. Now here are all of my search criteria to go ahead and search for properties. And so what I want to do is I want to go ahead and I'm going to take out all the contingent properties and everything else. And I just want to search just for active properties. Now you're going to notice down here it tells me that there's 2,500 plus matches. Well, in my particular area, I know that I'd like to really focus on the Rockwood School District. So as I come in here and select Rockwood, you're going to notice that that narrows it down to 626 matches. Okay, so that's how easy it really is to quickly find the data set. Okay, so now I can come over here and I can hit results. If I hit results, then it literally shows me what we call the single line or one line listing reports. You guys have probably heard of those or seen them. But there's a couple of things that you can really do. And again, this is capable in almost every MLS. I've not seen it not possible. But you can come over here and hit the checkbox, and we'll go ahead and select all. So just like that, it checks every listing. So there's 626. And now down here at the bottom of the screen, you're going to notice that it says export. So whenever I hit export, it's going to let me ask me what file format I want. Well, you can actually save export formats. Okay, so literally I'm going to save Equity Analyzer data set, and I'm going to go ahead and edit this custom export. Now you don't have to do this every time. Okay, your realtor would really do this one time. But here's the cool part. What I want you to see, these are all of the data fields. These are all the available fields in the MLS on each one of these properties, and I can pick and choose the power data items that I need exported to my CSV file. Okay, so I literally just add those to the export fields of what I want. I can go ahead and save that, and then literally, guys, I just hit export, and it's going to export that data out. It only takes a couple of minutes. So I'll hit export, bam, it exports out. Now if I actually want to go change my results, because I also need to pull my sold data, I'm just going to go back and click on criteria. And now we're just going to come over here and click on sold, and maybe I want to only go back 180 days. And so now you're going to see that it's pulling the last 180 days. Looks like I've got 854 matches, and I would do that exact same process. I would just hit results, and then I would export that data, and it saves it into a CSV file. And I'm going to show you guys what a CSV file looks like in just a moment, because I want you guys to be really, really clear on how this works. Now, the other thing that you can do is, again, in most MLS systems, you'll have an additional field section. And so, for instance, if I wanted to see what cash buyer transactions, so I can see in the Rockwood School District, of those 826 transactions, 110 of those were cash transactions. Now, if I want all of the cash transactions in my marketplace over the last 6 months, well, actually, really, let's do 90 days, so it's a little bit more realistic. So literally, for the last 90 days, I can come in and pull all cash transactions directly from my MLS. Okay. Now, if I want to narrow it down a little bit more and look at only residential versus condos and new construction, I can certainly do that. So you can see that I've got 1,594 matches in the last 90 days of cash transactions. Okay. So guys, that's really it. You just hit results, and it exports the data into a CSV file. Okay, into a CSV file. Now you don't have to know the technical specifications of that or anything else. All you really need to know is that you can come over here and hit import new list. And let's go ahead and do this, and we'll call this the RMM webinar training. We're going to go ahead and select next. And so then, guys, basically this is saying, hey, step 2, you're going to import the active property list. You're going to import the active property list. So we can come in here and hit upload files, and you're going to see that I've got a few files that I went ahead and saved earlier. So there's my active for Rockwood for today's date. I just hit open. We'll go ahead and select next. And here's the awesome part. No longer do I really have to map the fields. Okay, so what we're doing, guys, is we're saying, guys, look, this is the power item inside of the Equity Analyzer, and this is the field in your CSV file, and you just need to match them up. But for the most part, the software is smart enough on those imports that it's automatically going to match things up. But you're going to also notice that we've got additional power data items now. So you can do total room count, school district, number of garages, lot size, swimming pool. So if I want to compare number of garages, well, I go ahead and select that from my CSV file, and there's number of garage spaces. So I can go ahead and assign that, and that's how easy it is. Same thing with swimming pool, basements, lot sizes, guys. You can just literally kind of match these data items up. Just hit next, and then you do the exact same thing for your sold data. Now that really is it, guys. I want you to understand this is the exact same process that Brad was doing up in Chicago, up in down in Texas, in California, on the East Coast, West Coast. He's been doing this all across the country, taking an active list, taking a sold list, and scientifically cross-referencing them to find the most profitable, most equitable opportunities and deals, right? So that's really all he's doing. Now, for sake of time tonight, guys, I went ahead and imported those lists that I just showed you guys how I pulled earlier. So you're going to see there's the 1,594 cash buyers that I imported. All right, so I imported 1,594 cash buyers so that I can actually map those out. I also did that Rockwood School District, so I imported those, 573 active, 761 solds, and we're going to show you some power that we actually now have since I've got all of the data. Now, here is a very, very key component to what I'm about to show you. Guys, this is live data. It doesn't get any fresher than me pulling this off of the MLS today. So if you actually want to know what's moving in your market, what areas, what zip codes, what house styles, or anything like that, I promise you, you're not going to go out to any other site on the internet and get data that fresh and that fast. Now, so let's go ahead and see what this looks like. There's a lot of different things. If I want to add data or export that or even search it, I can certainly do that. You can play with those. They're pretty self-explanatory. But what I want to do right now is I want to click on averages. So it's going to take all of those data items from the sold, and it's going to give us, it's going to average it out. So it's literally going to break down per zip code. Okay, so you see I've got a little drop down here. So it's going to show me per zip code, and it's going to start showing me my average days on market, my average price per square foot, my average bed count, bath count, my average sold price. I can see actually how many transactions and how far back did we pull the data. I think we just pulled 6 months worth of data, right? So I can see in the last 6 months which zip code has the most transactions, okay? Which zip code is moving the fastest. I can tell you really quick, 63011, 158 transactions, and average days on market is 43 days. Do you think that it actually would change for you if you found a property down here in 63049? Not a lot of properties moving, and average days on market down there is about 174. Remember, Brad talked a little bit about, the biggest, your biggest profit killer out there today is that carrying cost monster. Do you think you have a little bit more carrying cost if you're holding that property? Absolutely. Well, what if you wanted to know the same thing of maybe what house styles were moving the fastest? You can just literally drop down, okay, you think it's important to understand and know that a one-story is moving on average of 60 days, where we've got one and a half story properties, they're taking about 110 days, okay? So all of this stuff is extremely important, and of course you can look at average sold price, bed count, and guys, like I said, even down to the subdivision. If you want to know exactly what's going on in particular subdivisions, you can actually do that right down to the subdivision to know exactly what's moving the fastest, okay? So now, just so you guys know, I did that exact same thing with cash buyers, okay? If you want to know where all the transactions, all the probably wholesaling opportunities and everything else are happening, come in here, let's click on averages. Now, here's the thing. Whenever I did the cash buyers, I did this for all of St. Louis, my entire market, okay? So I didn't filter it by school district, so you're going to see there's a lot more zip codes. So I can start scanning through here, and I can start finding, okay, what zip code has really got the most transactions, all right? Can I see where all of the activity is, all right? So I can quickly kind of scan through this, and we can sift, sort, and identify and all that good fun stuff. But we're going to see here, we've got some areas where we've got, 15 transactions, 31 transactions, 47 cash transactions in the last 90 days, okay? So now, guys, think about this. Can I now actually determine what the average price per square foot is, how quickly those properties are moving? Do I now know what the average price per square foot that cash buyers are paying in that particular market, in that particular zip code? Do I now have a better idea of what my cash buyers are paying, so I know how to price my wholesale properties and things of that nature? Absolutely, guys. This is exactly how you really analyze and look at your market, and you know exactly what areas are moving and how many transactions are in each area, okay? Now, you could, of course, narrow this down if you wanted to, things of that nature, of course, and you can change the same thing as far as cash buyer transactions. Maybe you want to look at house styles or anything like that. Again, this is strictly cash buyer transactions in the last 90 days. All right, so that's our averages button, okay? So let's take a look at this. Let's say we've got this little map button. Remember, I told you guys that you'll be able to geocode every property, and we're going to place a pin on the map. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and map out my cash buyers. So all of those 1,500 transactions, almost 1,600 transactions, I'm going to go ahead and map them out, okay? Now, I know it might look a little chaotic right now, but you can actually come in and you can color code these by days on market, so to determine exactly what area is moving faster. Maybe you want to actually look at square footage. Again, guys, you can completely color code your map, and you can determine what areas are actually cash buyers. I can tell you right now, it's in South County and in North County. Out here in West County, in the St. Louis metropolitan area, in my market right here, I can tell you right now, there's not a lot of cash buyer transactions out here in West County. I can see where the activity is, okay? And guys, you can zoom in, out, filter this, cross-reference it as much as you want, okay? Let's go in and let's take a look really how I can do this exact same thing. I can map out my averages, map out all of my actives and solds for the Rockwood School District that we imported tonight, okay? Again, I've got 573 actives and 761 solds, okay? So let's come in here and let's go ahead and, okay, so we can kind of zero in on this. All right, so we want to go ahead. Now, here's the cool part, guys. You're actually looking at this map, and again, I know it looks like chaotic right now. It's like, man, what the heck is this thing? Well, we can come in and start filtering it out a little bit. So let's turn off. We're going to turn off all the actives. So what I just did is I turned off all the actives, and now I'm just looking at the sold properties. Okay, so what I'm really looking for is I actually can go ahead and color code this. What I want to do is I'm going to color code it by days on market. So you're going to notice that my red pins, those have sold in less than 30 days. Orange pins, 31 to 60. Yellow pins, 61 to 90. Green pins, 91 to 120, so on and so forth, okay? So what you're going to want to do, you can see the black pins, those have taken 6 months or longer days on market, okay? This is live sold data. So what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to avoid, of course, those pockets of black pins, but really what I want to do is I want to look for those big pockets of red pins, because that's going to tell me, okay, that's a pretty hot little area. Well, I can tell you right down here, within that school district there, okay, we can come in here and I can zoom in a little bit, and you're going to notice here's all of the sold properties, okay? These are all sold properties, and you can see the majority are red, orange, a couple of greens, but not very many, but mostly red pins. That means that this area, properties are selling it under 30 days. Well, at this point, guys, I want to go ahead and turn on the active pins. So now I can actually see what's active in that particular marketplace. I can actually see what's been on the market for longer than 30 days if I want. I can kind of, these are the active properties. Now, what if I actually wanted to take a look at maybe start comparing my price per square foot? Okay, well, I can certainly do that. So now I'm looking at my price per square foot, but I actually want to go ahead and turn on the sold data too at the same time. So let's turn on the sold data. So now I'm looking at both actives and solds in this area. But I'm looking at price per square foot. So my price per square foot, the red pins are $116 or lower or less, right? So $116 or less. So what I'm really looking for is a active pin, which those are the round pins that are surrounded by maybe some orange pins, yellow pins, or green pins that are sold, right? That are sold, right? So that's actually going to tell us, hey, we might have a potential deal. You're going to notice here I've got a red pin down here that's active, and it's surrounded by several orange pins, okay? Surrounded by several orange pins. That's telling me that the sold pins are selling higher price per square foot. If I actually want to know more about that deal, I simply click on it, and then, guys, guess what? Save to inbox. That's going to save it right to the property inbox inside the REI Blackbook platform, and now you can work on that deal more or anything else. So I've got another red pin up here. It's surrounded by a few orange pins. So, okay, looks like that's priced at about $108 a foot. I can literally come in here. This is 2028 Merrimack Meadows. I can literally just hit Save to Inbox. So I just hit Save to Inbox, and I'm going to come back into my home screen of REI Blackbook. And you're going to notice now I've got 62 properties right inside my deal flow. There's 2028 Merrimack Meadows, and now it's right inside REI Blackbook. I've got my seller lead sheet. I've got all of my contacts, my repair list. I can pull additional comparables if I want. So I can pull all my additional comparables. I can start running my financial analysis to know what's my best exit strategy on this particular deal. I can go ahead and make the offer, track any tasks, upload documents, and be marketing this property for resale in no time. In no time. Okay? So that is how easy it is. That is how easy it is to find deals with the all-new pinpointed color coding system. Okay? Lots and lots of capabilities in there. In fact, I'll go in one more time and I'm going to show you some things here that most folks don't even realize. What you can do is you can actually filter out by clicking these additional pins, and you guys will be able to get pretty creative with this, okay? So as you see, you can see that I'm adding additional selected search filters. So maybe I only want to look at 3 bedrooms or 4 bedrooms in that particular area. So I'm building out visual search criteria, and I can zoom out, and all of that stuff is color coded for me. Again, I'm looking at properties that price per square foot of $132 to $145, 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom. All of those are, again, color coded for me on the map. I can dissect my market any way I want. I'm telling you right now, you guys are going to find ways to use this that we haven't even thought of yet, and that's what's really exciting for me, okay? So lots and lots of different ways you can use the color coding and the mapping capabilities. But really, the reason we got started in this whole thing in the first place, remember, Brad was going out, he's been to, markets all across the country, and he's spending 8 hours cross-referencing the data. So I want you to imagine going line by line for 573 actives and comparing them to 761 solds. I can tell you, I did it with Brad. I tapped out and I surrendered. I raised the white flag after about 30 minutes. Now, my wife continued. She went through the whole daggone list with Brad here, and she found a deal that day. I mean, doing this exact process. But what I said is like, hey, it has to be easier. It has to be easier. So now we can come in and hit the scan tool. And you guys that have used this before, you're going to love this, because guess what? Now we've got additional features. We've got additional power data items that you'll be able to search by. And now, hey, for those of you that don't necessarily have subdivisions in your marketplace or anything else, since we geocoded it and everything's on the map, you'll actually be able to do it by distance spread. Right? So you've got like literally your equity spread. So we're going to do $30,000 minimum equity spread. Maybe I only want to do 150 square foot difference, a 4-year age difference. I'll go ahead and leave that at a half mile. So basically that's going to find only the sold comparable data that's within a half a mile of my active property, okay? If I want to do the spread count, I can certainly do that. I can actually make sure the number of garages matches, the styles must match, school districts, all of that stuff, okay? So literally I've got so much more flexibility to make sure that your scans are more accurate than ever before. And yeah, since we're going to pull up the half mile, that's the radius report, okay? It's the rate. You don't have to go back to your realtor. So let's go ahead and hit scan. And remember, we had like 500, over 500, almost 600 active properties. And just by scanning it, this is live data I pulled tonight, we're able to quickly identify. I can sort by number of matches found over here. So it's found 10 potential deals. You can sort by spread count, by your average days on market, bedroom count, bathroom count. The bottom line, so for instance, 231 Ramsey here, we found 2 sold comparables that match the bedroom count, the age, that match the square foot, that match the area. It's within half a mile. The styles match, right? Because I said, hey, the styles have to match on those houses. So 231 Ramsey has found had 2 sold comps. So if I want the details on that, let's go ahead and just click on details. Remember, I told you we're going to pull your radius report. So all those blue pins, that's the radius report that you would have had to go back to your realtor for previously. So you're going to be able to see everything that's sold within that half-a-mile scan radius, okay? So it's pulled all of that data directly out of the sold data that you already have. And now, so it's going to tell you right here that it found 275 Ramsey and 433 Covert. It stars those because it says, hey, look, based upon your search criteria, your filter criteria, this property matches, okay? So these are two property matches. You can see that the bedroom count's right on, bathroom count. This one's looks like a little over 75 square feet bigger. This one's exactly square foot. Bathroom count, everything's the same. Age is right on. So we're going to go ahead and select those. We're going to go ahead and check those boxes. You're going to notice that those pins turn orange on the map. You're going to notice the pins turn orange on the map. So now I know exactly where they're at. And now I can actually start looking at these other pins to see, okay, well, why didn't it find this particular property? Why didn't it match it up, okay? Well, I can see, okay, well, this is a much larger square footage. That property's not going to be a comp. An appraiser is not going to use that. But I can also do that directly down here. I could actually start scanning for other properties. But you're going to notice right here that we actually take those two properties. We go ahead and calculate the average price per square foot based upon the two comps that we know an appraiser is going to use. And based upon that, the average price per square foot of the sold properties there is $149 a foot, which means this property could retail out potentially $137,000. So $137,000 retail. It's listed right now today for $105,000. Okay, so there's about $32,000 worth of spread there. Now, does that mean it's a deal? No, it doesn't mean it's a deal necessarily. We're going to have to go out and understand why is that spread there? Is it going to probably need some rehab? Is it going to need some work? Absolutely. So at that point in time, guys, this is able to find you potential deals, okay? Now maybe $30,000 isn't a big enough spread for you. That's okay. Go back and adjust it. Make it a $50,000 spread. Find the deals with more equity. Find the deals with the bigger spread. At the end of the day, guys, that's exactly what you're going to have to do. And then here's the best part about this thing. I mean, you've got the map right here in front of you. I can tell you, I mean, this is my marketplace. I actually live, just a little bit north of here. But Manchester is a pretty major road here in St. Louis. I can promise you that an appraiser is not going to go across that road right there, okay? They're not going to go find properties across this street here, but you can see all of the sold comps right here. They're all on this side of Manchester. And, oh, yeah, see this little guy up here? I know it's a little discreet, but this is the way Google does it nowadays. This is the Google Street View, okay? So if I just click this little guy out here and I drag him over here to Ramsey, then bam, it actually drags me right to the property. Okay, so now I can actually take a look at the property. So here we go. Now I'm going to ask you guys, you can look at this property right here. First of all, you can see the property next door. It looks like it's got some siding updated, things of that nature. And then, you know what, this property definitely, the next door neighbor here looks like updated siding, updated doors, a little bit nicer landscaping and things like that. So here's our property, okay? Do you think there's a reason there's a $30,000, $32,000 spread on this thing? Now, I don't know how much repair work it's going to take or anything like that. I don't know right now, okay? But is it a potential deal? Absolutely. It's certainly got potential. All right, so I can actually come out here. I can hit back to map. And if I actually want to go ahead and look at any of the other comparables, I just drag my little guy out, drop him on the map, and now we're looking at some of the other comparables. Okay? All right, looks a little updated. Looks like there's some nicer landscaping and things like that. A little bit more pride of ownership in those particular properties. So yeah, you know what? I've got a potential deal here. Let's go ahead and save this. So 231 Ramsey. Let's go ahead and save that potential deal. Let's come back in here. Now I've got 63 properties inside of REI Blackbook. There's the property. Now let's go ahead. Did I say that it was going to potentially need some repairs? Yeah, absolutely. So let's go ahead and start working up the repair list, okay? Let's work up the repair list. Let's go out there and actually do some repair list estimates to understand, is there enough room to make this a deal, okay? So guys, there's a ton of other stuff as far as being able to integrate directly into the REI Blackbook platform and things of that nature, okay? So really what we'd like to do at this point is probably, well, actually, I guess we probably need to tell you guys, hey, if you're interested, how do you get it, right? How do you actually get the Equity Analyzer? Well, guys, it's actually pretty simple, okay? It is pretty simple. So we actually have a launch discount, okay? Some of you guys have actually already found it and actually upgraded, all right? So we have a limited time launch discount. Now, normally the price was going to be $47 a month. If you do all the math on that, that's a little over $500 a year. But for a limited time, guys, what we're going to do is you can save 47%. You can save 47% for just $297 a year, okay? So $297 a year, you'll be able to activate, and you get all of the upgraded, integrated tools right inside of REI Blackbook. And let me show you exactly what that looks like. If you've not upgraded yet, whenever you come in here and click on Tools, Equity Analyzer, first of all, we're going to have a little video playing, so you'll be able to see the video, of course. But really, right here, whenever you click on Tools, Equity Analyzer, you'll be able to see the Activate Now button, okay? There's some more details. And in fact, there's going to be a link to the live demo. We're going to actually put this recording right here at the live demo, so you'll be able to see that. And if this is something you're ready to take advantage of, we're going to give you a 30-day money-back guarantee, okay? So you guys can go ahead and use this. You will be billed as soon as you activate. Just want to be clear. So you can go ahead and click on the Activate Now button, and that'll bill you the $297 one time for the 12-month subscription. And you've got 30 days. If for any reason it does do everything that we told you to tonight on within the next 30 days, cancel it, guys, and you get a full refund for the purchase. So, guys, with that, I want to pop over. And in fact, Brad, I will go ahead and turn things a little bit over to you for a minute if you want to add anything. And I'm going to pop in and make sure, because I'm sure we've got questions. I know you guys have been asking questions, and we've been talking a ton, so I want to make sure we get to questions as well. So Brad, is there anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, with me, the key is going to be time saver. As we've got the existing one, which works, the biggest thing that I saw when we started geocoding was that when you went from a subdivision and you unclicked, you literally then went out and it was finding properties 2, 3, or 4 miles away. So in the process of that, it's kind of discouraging me a little bit. I'm like, okay, how do we correct that? And Damon's like, the only way we can do that is to geocode. Go to Google, get a contract with him where we can geocode all the houses, then we'll have a distance scale. The distance bar saves you so much time. The other thing was when they added all of the different features, I'd go out there to Phoenix, I'd be working the market, and I'd find what I thought was a deal, and all of a sudden we'd see that the one we had didn't have a swimming pool, but the other one did have, or the comps did. So that right there was kind of frustrating. So, they added those fields to say, okay, we can be more specific to the markets out there. Now, one other thing I want to say is this. There's 900 MLSs in the United States, but I will say this about Matrix, which is what he is using, what I have here in Tulsa. I talked to the people that created Matrix. They're in 46% of the United States right now. So they've got the best system. We hope that as we move along here that they're going to get into 100% of them, because then we all have the same system and it makes it easier for us. But I've never found anything out there as far as the MLS that did not work the way we need it to. That's why we have the training videos, because sometimes you do get into a point to where you have to tweak it. But we now have got the training that you can listen to that comes with this updated version. Of course, it takes airfare and hotel and a lot of editing to get those videos out. So that is part of this new system to be able to get you to the next level. So them are the things I wanted to add. I guess the key thing that I want everybody to understand is this. The only way you'll ever be successful in real estate is to know where to go and where to stay away from, and know what to buy and not to buy when you get there. Always remember that. Where to go and where not to go, and what to buy and what not to buy. That's it. You get those two taken care of, you'll be very, very successful. And that's what we have done, is giving the ability to not just screen for equity now, but segment your market and know where to go and where to stay away from. So I wanted to add that as we continue here.
All right, so guys, we got a ton of questions. Okay, there are literally almost 500 of you on the call tonight. So if we do not answer your question here, I will download all the questions and I'll make sure somebody on the support team actually reaches back out to you, or we'll even create a frequently asked questions. So one of the things was, hey, the videos. All right, so you're going to notice there's a training video section right here under Tools. I'm sorry, whenever you're in the Tools Equity Analyzer, okay? So if you're in the Equity Analyzer, you're going to notice there's a Watch Training Video. So if you hit Watch Training Videos, then you'll actually see all the training videos, additional training videos we have specifically just on the Equity Analyzer. Literally how to convert your CSV file, how to import the list, how Brad does the, has the realtor interview. That's all right here. We do a complete walkthrough of step by step. So you can see we've got a little over an hour and a half worth of additional training just on the Equity Analyzer. Okay, so all of that stuff is available to you right here. So that's where that is. Okay, so some of you guys are asking, saying, hey, you know what? Do I have to subscribe to the MLS? Guys, the only people that subscribe to the MLS are a licensed realtor, okay? Now, there's a couple things you can do. We talk about this in the training video, some of the training videos. You can become an administrative type assistant for a broker in your marketplace and actually get access to the MLS. So you can certainly do that. So I would inquire about that with your local board or talk to a local realtor. Really, what I would recommend is as a realtor broker to have that conversation. But no, you do not have to have access to the MLS, okay? The real answer is you're going to work with a realtor. Our team members are absolutely vital to this business. You're going to need a good, strong realtor. And here's the thing, realtors get burnt out. And I know, Brad, you talk about this a lot in the training, but, your realtors are typically used to showing multiple properties over and over again. You're actually doing the majority of the work for your realtors. Whenever you do that scan, I want you to watch that again, okay? When we do this scan, when we come in here and we just say, when we go back into the tool, the Equity Analyzer, and we just hit this scan, so that for this Rockwood School District, and we go ahead and hit scan, and we go ahead and find those 10 potential deals or whatever it was. So I didn't do styles match. So this time it found 14 potential deals because I changed the dynamics up a little bit. Guys, we're doing the realtor's work right there. 9 times out of 10, the realtor's trying to find those 14 potential deals for you. But they're doing it manually. I'm telling you, they don't have this type of technology. I can tell you, I've showed realtors this product multiple times. They're blown away by how quickly we can find the potential deals in the marketplace. And so that's what you're doing. You're doing a big majority of the work for your realtor partners already. And guess what? Who's going to write the offer for you? The realtor. Okay? They're going to write the offer. Guys, for those of you that are brand new, you don't have to worry about going and trying to figure out how to write the contracts or negotiate with a seller. You won't ever have to talk to a seller. Your realtor will take care of all of that. And guess what? Whenever you get it fixed up and you're ready to flip it and put it back on the market, Brad, who do they use? The same realtor.
Let me add something.
Go ahead, man.
Hey, Damon, I want to add something. I had a student the other day, or an investor came to me the other day and said, well, I found a new niche with your software. I said, what's that? She goes, the realtor is literally paying me to find deals for her. She's getting $1,000 per house. And I'm like, what? I didn't even think about that. So it's going to get better and better as we go. And I just wanted to add that.
Yeah, so guys, I can tell you, Brad, he throws out this term all the time. Realtors are making money coming and going. So they're going to make money on the offer, right? Okay, the commission's already built into the sales price, okay? So that's already built in, all right? And then whenever they relist it, of course, they're going to get a commission to help sell the property and everything else. But it's going to make your life 1,000 times easier, okay? So I want you to understand the realtors are going to be a really important part of this, and we understand that some of you guys struggle with that, which is why we did the additional training, and Brad walks you through that entire process. Okay, if you are an REI Blackbook subscriber, okay, and you're paying the $97 a month, this is in addition to that, okay? So this is an addition. This is an upgrade. So, you know, Brad and I are partners on this deal, so it's not really fair for me to go in and just give you guys these tools for free and ask Brad to not make any money on his intellectual property, okay? So this is an upgrade, and to be candid, there's a ton of other additional development work and a lot of subscription services that we pay for the back end as far as the geocoding and the Google Maps and all of that good fun stuff, okay? So, but it is a one-time, where I'm saying it's an annual license fee, okay? So $297, it's less than $1 a day, guys, less than $1 a day for a year to be able to find these deals. And I mean, think about what Brad just said. He's got a student with a realtor paying her to find deals, and this is what she's doing, okay? Crazy. After the first year, guys, after the first year, it's a $297 annual license fee, okay? So it'll rebill. You'll get email notifications and let you know, hey, look, you know, your 1 year is almost up. You want to renew and things like that. And so all of that stuff All of that stuff is the way that it is set up. Okay. Guys, you do not pay your realtor to get the data. Okay. So I see there's probably 2 or 3 of you guys asking me how much you're going to pay your realtor. This is part of a realtor's job, guys. I mean, that's what they're going to do. They want to find properties for you. And so if you just tell them, and again, this is all covered in the training videos, if you just go and let them know, hey, look, I've actually got a proprietary process that I go through that to find deals that match my investing criteria. If you could just give me the data in this area, this area, this area, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Again, we're going to cover all of that in the training videos, and you're going to know exactly what Brad says, how he's scripted. And Brad, I mean, how many times have you had that conversation with realtors across the country now?
Oh, it's amazing, you know. It's just, realtors really, you know, once I get into the office and sit down with them, or, you know, wherever, I've got trained realtors all over the United States now. When I teach classes, I just call them up, say, hey, I'm coming out there. They know what to send me. Once you do it for the first time, then basically you're set up and it rolls. You know, they don't have to ask you what format. They know what you want, and you basically ask them for another list.
And so some of you guys are asking, hey, do I have to use, do the properties have to be listed on the MLS? Nope. You could use a FSBO list. You could use a foreclosure list. You could use all kinds of lists whenever you import into the active properties. So, in fact, Brad, I know that you've actually found lease options, right? And by pulling an expired listings list out of the MLS.
Yeah, so the expired listings on the MLS, what you can do is, you know, it's still the MLS, but it's a different way. The expired listings you get from your realtor, and you literally dump them in there. You compare them against your solds, and now you have non-listed properties in your market where you can now go in with REI Blackbook's marketing tools and send out mailers, postcards, or whatever direction you want to go to those addresses, to those people, saying that you saw that they had it listed, didn't know if they still wanted to sell it, but you had another option, and you would like to sit down and talk with them, bam. Okay? Because a lot of them houses don't sell. It's not because they're priced too high. They're not updated. The people can't afford to update them, but you could go in there and you could take and lease them out with an option to buy. So it's a perfect sandwich lease option, or even a purchase lease option strategy. Expired, dumped in, compared to the actives. Or I'm sorry, solds.
Yeah, so a lot of you guys, hey, I want to be very clear on this as well, okay? So, and again, I'm trying to go through the questions, okay? I want to try to make sure we get all the questions answered, and you guys have questions coming in very, 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 very rapidly, okay? So if you have the scanner in a different type of educational package, we do have multiple educational partners that have leveraged our software tools. You will still have access to that tool. However, that tool will not have the upgraded distance searching, the mapping capabilities. It doesn't have the training libraries, the additional filters. Okay, so that software will not be upgraded, and it is not included. So therefore, if you've already got that software, no, it does not include the integrated. You don't automatically get the integration into REI Blackbook. Okay, so it is a separate purchase. It is a separate purchase. Again, there's a lot of other additional costs and everything else that had to go into this package. And we talked to several educational partners of whether they wanted to include it and things of that nature. And at this point, no, it is not. It is not included in any of the other educational packages. Okay. All right. So yes, again, $297. It is today. You got a full 30 days. So for the next 30 days, test it out. Go find 5 deals out and get them done, and then cancel before 30 days, and you're refunded. Okay, so 100% money back guarantee, no questions asked, guys. If it's not everything we said it was tonight on the call, then no questions asked on that. So, all right, guys. So hey, we are recording the video, so we will be posting this for a later date. And again, if I didn't get to your question, I tell you there's tons of questions coming in. If I did not get to your question, I promise you we will have the support team reach out to you and answer your question. Your email comes across with the email you registered with comes across with your question. So we'll be able to email you the answers, and we'll probably create a frequently asked question so that we can post that as well. So you guys will be able to answer the frequently asked questions. We don't know how long we're going to keep the limited time offer, but I can certainly tell you that we're not going to leave that up for long. We want to get, a lot of you guys have actually already found it. We've probably had 50 plus people find it even before we did the webinar tonight that have upgraded. So we'd love to see you guys upgrade. We will be doing additional training webinars and things like that. So that stuff will be covered. I know some of you guys are asking about the training, the Real Market Masters training. So that's going to be opening up again very, very soon. And if you want to purchase, just literally log into your REI Blackbook account, guys. If you're ready to get going on the Equity Analyzer, all you have to do is log in to REI Blackbook and click on Tools, Equity Analyzer. So click on Tools, Equity Analyzer, and you'll see an Activate button. You can see an Activate button, and you'll be able to activate directly inside of the tool. So it's going to look just like this. So Tools, Equity Analyzer, and you just click on the Activate Now, and you'll be able to get started, okay? So super, super easy to get started, and you'll see all the terms and conditions, of course, the 30-day, 100% no risk guarantee, guys. All of that stuff is included and covered, all right? How often should listings be requested from a realtor? Michael, that's a great question. I'll tell you what you want to be able to do is it's really as often as you're really updating your market, your segment, your cash buyers list. I would tell you probably every 30 days, personally. I would pull them on the first of the month, things of that nature. So, yeah, guys. And yes, guys, additional functionality. Yep, we've got some cool stuff planned. So the 297 will include all updates and everything else that we do to the Equity Analyzer. Okay, so that will be included. So any new stuff that we do, and I can promise you guys, if you guys are members of REI Blackbook, you know that we're pushing updates and constantly pushing innovation and finding new ways and strategies to make your life even easier. And we already have some of that stuff planned out. In fact, some really cool way to pull school scores and things of that nature that's already in the works. And in fact, I don't even think Brad knows about that. I haven't even told him yet because I just found that a good little data source this last week. So yeah, some of that stuff's coming, man.
That's awesome.
All right. So yeah, yeah, Tim. Actually, you just said it. We'll adding the ability based on schools, yellow, green, red, all that stuff. Yes, absolutely. So we did find a data source that we're going to be able to integrate some of the school stuff, some of the crime rates, some of the things that you guys have already learned in the core class for the Real Market Masters class, and things of that nature. All right. So guys, hey, I appreciate your time tonight, Brad. I'll go ahead and turn things over to you and let you close it out.
All right. I just want to appreciate your time. I know that some of y'all are probably on the East Coast, and it's getting late there, so we won't keep you any longer. But you know, the thing is, communicate with us. You've got the ability to communicate, and you know, we've got a Real Market Master website you can go to, and you can kind of see a lot of the things that we're doing out there now. You know, we've got other trainings. Some of y'all in here, y'all might be ready to take it to the next level. So just go in there, and if you got questions, let us know. I am interested, really, though, in cranking back up here pretty quick. You'll see it on our website coming up. Having another live class. I'm anxious to bring one to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Kind of show you the deals that I'm finding myself. It's just so much more powerful. But you know, a lot of you can't travel, so we're going to have an online class probably Monday nights, starting up pretty soon. I had some text today on people that are wanting that, so we can kind of keep you informed on that through emails and also through you going to the Real Market Master website. Just make sure that you go to Facebook and friend us on Facebook. We've got our site on that too. So anyway, I just appreciate your time, and I mean, this is what I live for. And I'm excited because we've waited so long to be able to take and get it easier for you, to save a lot of time and also money. And look, it still boils down to this. We got to make money. I mean, you're not doing this just as a hobby. You want to get out there and make money. We understand that. So we just basically say to you right now, our heart is now and through the next coming months and years to do everything we can to get you to the finish line. When we do that, we know you're happy, we're happy. That makes us feel a lot better, and we're all successful. So thank you for your time tonight. Thank you, Damon. This is great, and I'm just proud that we've got this thing now, the Siamese twin, together under one umbrella. And Real Market Masters, now has come together with REI Blackbook. I've always wanted that, and now we can roll with it. So y'all have a great week, and stay safe. And thank you so much for joining us. We'll catch you soon.
Hey, Brad, I got one other thing that's really important for you guys to know, okay? So a couple things that folks are asking, okay? If you lock in at the early bird launch discount, then you lock in, okay? So that when the annual subscription goes up for everybody else, that's what they're going to renew at a higher rate. Okay, so if you lock in at the 297, and guys, that's your renewal rate. All right, and you'll still get all the updates and the innovations and everything else. Okay, so I'm telling you right now, I do not know how long that's going to last. We'll probably keep it up for a little bit, but not very long. I can tell you right now, you do not want to wait. Activate, update, lock in that low subscription rate of literally, guys, it's less than $1 a day. Okay, less than $1 a day. Okay. So, guys, with that, hey, Brad, thanks. I appreciate your time, buddy. I know it's late, and we'll talk to you soon.